Orion behind the cage.
Dash to his right and wraps it around to the goal.
Lovo, O'Reilly, over the top. Roy ready.
Shot and score.
It's around Wheaton.
Off the bounce. Shot and a score. Wow.
Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score. Up top, Druin. He wants a shot, and he's got it. Wow. Meanwhile, Arbusto. One-handed shot is up and in. With an extra man.
Bouvier sniping.
Top corner. Sophomore goes back to it. Enzo turns and scores. Now inside of 4 minutes. Who's the man? Spellman's the man. That's who. Clark on the run. Shot and score. Meanwhile, Durkin to the cage. Shot and score. Chase. Extra feed. Shot and score. Game over. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Nashua. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Bishop Guertin, the defending Division I champions in the great state of New Hampshire, taking on some out-of-state competition, some very good out-of-state competition. Xaverian brothers out of Westwood, Mass, perennially one of the powerhouses in the state of Massachusetts. These two teams renewing an annual rivalry that dates back, for the better part of the last decade or so, the last couple of years, due to the COVID-19 situation, putting a pause on that rivalry, but we renew it tonight. There's head coach for BG, Chris Cameron, going into the tunnel to address his team one final time before we get this thing going in a few minutes. Gorgeous night. Sun is out. It was rainy most of the day, windy as well earlier. But it's simmered down, so to speak. The sun is out. The officials putting their final touches on things down there on the sideline, Roger, as we get set for what should be maybe an instant classic. And, of course, this game does count towards the overall standings, something possibly to keep in mind as we get closer and closer to the postseason tournament. We start talking about seeding and all that. BG wants this game for a number of reasons, and I'm sure the Xaverian brothers players have also brought their A game here north of the border.
Yes, indeed. And Xaverian has always been, as you said, a powerhouse in the prep schools league in Massachusetts. That's one area I must admit that I don't follow as closely as I follow even standard public school sports and lacrosse in other states. But this team has always been very strong. Checking the most recent rankings in Massachusetts, I don't see them listed in the top 25 like Boston College High School, which BG will play later on in the year. St. John's Prep is another one that I'm familiar with down in Metro Mass. But BG always seems to challenge themselves in these types of games, and Coach Cameron wants that. He knows he's going to be in that top bracket come playoff time, and he doesn't have to worry as much about where the standings are going to be. So this is more of a challenge and something he's been doing for years and years. They don't have Duxbury on the schedule this year. I don't know why that is the case. That has been a traditional team that they've played as well. So with Boston College, Xaverian, LaSalle High School, which he has played down there in Rhode Island a couple of times.
Staples from Connecticut, right? They're on the schedule this year.
Yep.
So BG, as we know, they love those out-of-state games. They were limited last year with who they could schedule due to the COVID-19 situation. As a result, just one out-of-state opponent, Cape Elizabeth, out of Maine, in 2021. Bishop Guertin, strong tradition. They've been really at the top of the Division I mountain for the better part now of 2 decades. 10 championships since Coach Cameron took over the squad back in 2004. The first title came a year later. BG's last championship, of course, came last year when they ran the table and beat Exeter in the championship game. All right, we take a break. We come back, and we're ready to cook. BG and Xaverian. Coming up next, it's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company, it's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Well, the home sideline showing some pep. Big game, bringing out some big emotions. BG and the home whites, led by longtime head coach Chris Cameron. A rivalry has brought out some of the fans as well. We see the student section growing off to our right. A few of them brought the homemade blankets, it looks like, as well. It's getting chilly here as the sun continues to drop. The wind has been out. Sun was out. It's been kind of poking out, in and out here and there out of the clouds as it starts to slowly set here in southern New Hampshire. We're live from the Gate City. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you from Nashua. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. And not sure if we're going to get an anthem here or not. Second part of this doubleheader here at Stellos. The first game featured Londonderry and Nashua South. That game did not have a national anthem. And it looks like we're just going to get right to it here for this 6 o'clock local time start. Three-man crew down there, Roger.
Sean Murphy, John Small, and I'm not sure who the third one is. He's got his back to me right now. It might look like a trimmed-down Tyler Leeds. because Tyler.
A trim down.
Tyler leads. His son Cam leads as a defender on Pinkerton's team.
Played well last night?
Played well last night, and I saw him at that game, and I played club with Tyler for years, and he's lost 118 pounds.
Wow.
So that is saying something.
I'd say.
So that's why I don't recognize him.
Well, you just picked off all three officials off the dome. Up here in the booth, I'd say your 61-year-old eyes are in fine working order. All right, my point was 3 officials usually signifies big game, right?
It does, yeah.
As opposed to 2.
Yeah.
All right, J.J. Murphy, number 20 in white, widely regarded as the best face-off man in the state of New Hampshire, and he's showing you why right off the bat as BG gets to it, and we are underway here in Nashua. The Cardinals in their home whites, Xaverian in their road, navy blue. Shot on the move, wide, as Quentin Seipel looks to get it going. Seipel, perhaps the weapon, at least in this early going on attack for BG. Meanwhile, a quick whistle is going to give this back to Xaverian. And now facing the full man ride, they go up the middle. Will Panicelli is the junior who got rocked. Now Seipel in transition, looks near the cage. Shot and a sliding stop. Great effort there in cage by the goaltender Griffin Reddy. He's a junior. And he just flashed some cat-quick skills there in net to keep this thing scoreless. Seipel double team, going to shoot it from about 12 yards out, ends up wide. It'll stay with the Cardinals. Opening minute, first quarter. Sun setting here in the Gate City. BG trying to stay undefeated. Came in at 3-0. They come in at 3-0. All blowout victories, all on the road. At Londonderry, at North, and at
nice
Concord.
save.
Another good stop. It's Reddy. Able to cover up in the crease after knocking down the selection. And now Xaverian taking their time. Still looking for midfield. They go over the top. And there on the weak side, collecting the pass, Nolan Berry. A defensive midi. All right, minute and a half gone. Now we're going to get a look at the X attack here. Xaverian brothers posting up on offense for the first time. And swing it around. BG looks like they want to tighten things up on the perimeter.
Yeah, they're going to play him tight.
Yeah, Dunsmore, the defender, comes out and challenges. Slide comes over. Pass taken near side wing. They look middle. They fire a shot. That's Sebastian Reyes, the sophomore, with pretty good positioning there. Top of the slot, couldn't make it work. 2 minutes in. Xaverian will keep it near side. This is Cole Jetty.
Good push.
Absorbed a pretty good hit. Goal line extended. That fires up the BG sideline. Far side. Another big hit. This is Connor Gabord, the defender for BG, behind the cage. Stutter step. Jake Gilbert, senior attack here for Xaverian. Trying to shake off the defender, Colin Rourke.
He did not give up any ground there at all.
Rourke with him step for step. Spins inside. The defender loses footing. Shot goes high and wide. In cage, Zach Connerty. It's a name you should be familiar with at this point. Veteran, although he's only a junior, started last year as a sophomore for the state champs and is one of several, perhaps 4 goaltenders that could start really anywhere for BG. Defense forces a giveaway. And now going to use Connerty out of the cage to help against this ride. They go to the middle. This is Alexander Dunsmore, who's going to come uncontested up the middle, and BG getting set for another trip here now, 3 minutes in to this scoreless first quarter.
Yeah, I don't know why more teams don't do on their clear what BG does almost every single play. Nice over the head.
Seipel, the step through 2, but again, the save is made by Reddy.
They bring that midfielder up to the top of the box, and they don't make the cut down. They have him wide open because they're forcing the 2-on-1s with the goalie. And it seems to be successful for them all the time.
Xaverian with the clear. And now they look to settle for their second trip here, nearly 4 minutes in. Going to roll it near side. Stepping in from the sideline is Ben Ryan. Member of this strong senior class for Xaverian. Far side, this is Will Souza, another senior midi. Forced to get rid of it, comes near side, back to Reyes. Reyes wants a one-on-one, going to come to his right, goal line extended. Kept at arm's length with a long pole defender, Alexander Dumont. Now back up top, shifting to his right. This is Ryan. Ryan fires on the run. Set aside by Connerty. Good foot race behind the cage. I think BG got there. No. Looks like the net.
Yeah,
they are.
How about that? It took a weird bounce off of that back post. So it had to have gone through because he hit the post, but it went backwards. So
how did it get out of there, though?
It must have cut a hole through the netting. Let's see this.
Well, Connerty still looks kind of confused there.
Yeah, there's see the hole? There's a little.
Yeah, the officials were just eyeing that down there. Somebody's got to break out the sewing kit, perhaps. With just over 4 minutes gone by, there's a little mouse-sized hole. It looks like at the bottom of the netting, and somehow the ball found its way through that. Is that the story?
Yeah, that's what they're sticking to.
Yep.
I didn't get the number on that, but
I think it was Ben Ryan, number 11.
11.
So X gets on the board with a Ryan goal to make it 1-0, and BG comes up with a quick answer.
Like
well, blink and you miss it.
Lorendo, 22.
Well, take a look at the replay here. That was really quick. Too quick for me, in fact. I was honestly looking down. There he comes down the middle. Seapold goes over the top, and there's the score. Yep, from Lorendo. You were right all along, Roger.
Okay, so out of bounds here. They're going to go AP. Reface.
Looks like it. 4.5 gone by, tied at 1. That goal just 11 seconds after the initial goal.
Man, you can't even jot your score sheet.
No, that's what I mean.
I told you it was going to be a fast game.
You were right. We got to hire a statistician to handle that for us.
Oh, is it in the budget?
That would be a luxury. Meanwhile, what do we got? A kick here. That fires up the Xaverian sideline. Murphy a little upset with himself as he comes back to the BG sideline. Meanwhile, Will Pastinelli able to regain his footing, sets up his teammate, and now Xaverian looking to operate here. That's head coach Daggett Morse on the sideline. You can hear him all the way up here, trying to direct the traffic here 5 minutes in and break open this 1-1 tie. Ryan.
Ooh, almost a ward there by number 11.
That's Ryan. The defender, Zach Kukalakis, kind of shadowing him here on the weak side. Coming near side. This again is Jake Gilbert. Power move.
Oh.
Gilbert gets the slip. Knocked down. Was it post or was it Connerty?
I think it went off the crossbar. Can we get a replay, Ben?
Well, quick restart here for BG. Either way, it didn't happen.
Not going to be. Oh.
Somebody lost the stick. Another big hit. Kukalakis. He's okay with it. In fact, he administered it there with the left shoulder. Kukalakis finally gets rid of it. It's dropped on the far side. Trying to recover his Seapold.
Interference on the ground ball.
Okay. You got to look at that last shot for Xaverian there. Yep, definitely off the post. And now we got our first timeout here down on the field midway through this first period. 1-1. Ben Ryan puts Xaverian on the board first. Seconds later, Aiden Lorendo comes up with the answer for BG, and that's where we are here, tied at 1.
Yeah, just catch our breath here a little bit here. End to end, haven't seen BG drop a ball like they're dropping here in the first couple of plays, finding their feet. Xaverian looks tough too. They look tough. Not sure what that violation was, though, with JJ. Did you happen to see that?
The officials gave the kick signal.
Okay. Kicking across.
Right.
He kicked Xaverian, yeah, because he's not perfect, but you don't see that too much out of JJ Murphy.
No, he's been borderline untouchable here, at least against the in-state opponents. Building in a major advantage for Coach Cameron's crew, including in last year's state championship where he won 18 of the 20 in the win over Exeter.
So that must have obviously been a Bishop Guertin timeout.
Yeah, the Cardinals going to have it here.
Retain possession
and restart things with just over 6 minutes to go in this opening period. Getting hard to see, at least up here in the booth, as the sun begins to set. There's, of course, the big pond behind the field here at Stello Stadium. The sun is just really wreaking havoc with us up here, or at least with me. And it's known to affect things sometimes down on the field around this time of day as well. So perhaps something to keep an eye on. BG trying to run a two-man game here. Going to pull it back out. A touch here for Tim Kiley. Sophomore, his older brothers came through the program as well. Kiley to his right, the Bedford native. Gets the defender off balance. It was Will Irving, the long stick sophomore, who went down. Meanwhile, up top on the move, Connor Bouvier is going to put BG out in front, 2-1. Bouvier, the junior, very good all over the field, showing you what he can do when he decides he wants to score as well. Cardinals with their first lead with just over 5 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, good play from the top with Bouvier. He breaks away from his defender and just gets a good stretch. I don't know what was going on with the goaltender there because he did get a good look at that, but he had some steam on it.
BG right back at it. And there's that J.J. Murphy advantage as he trots off to the sideline, gets a win for BG. Cardinals trying to capitalize on the momentum from a moment ago and get their second straight, their third straight, actually. They've scored 2 in a row coming in. Kiley looks to go upstairs. I think that hit the crossbar.
Definitely.
Flies out of play. In fact, just landed over in the woods on the other side of the fence. It took a ride. Meanwhile, Seipel behind the cage attacks. Knocked down on the shot, which ends up wide and out of play. Dunsmore with the restart coming for BG as we move towards 4 minutes to go first quarter.
Nice.
Shot low. That's Laurendo, rather. Seipel on the rebound. Spins to his left. Again knocked down just outside the crease, and Xaverian has it. Ready with the outlet. The long pole going to trot. Met on the far side. That's Brady Dumont, the defender for BG.
Oh, sweet play.
Coming up. Coming down middle. Tiptoeing his way. This is Gilbert. Still with it. Goal line extended now. Going to look to restart the offense from behind cage this time with inside of 4 minutes. The long pole defender is Rourke. Full sprint. Gilbert.
Got it.
Pulls the trigger low. Connerty sets it aside. Out of play. It'll stay with the visitors.
Boy, Gilbert's got some speed. He can beat his man.
To his right, Souza. And now Reyes. Not Reyes, but Dante Mariani. Sophomore has just come on.
Ooh, get that stick down.
Mariani over the top. Reyes with a one-time attempt that Connerty was ready for. BG gets to the ground ball. Cardinals right to left are going to clear it. As Rourke, the defender, takes it himself. The long pole weaving his way down the far sideline. Finally gets rid of it. Back up top now for Connor Gabord. Gabord looks over his left shoulder at Coach Cameron, who gives the instructions here with now inside of 3 minutes to go first quarter. BG looking to build on a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, I like it on that last play, Gilbert coming up and grabbing the ball on the clear. I like it when my attackmen do come up and help on the clear. And BG is very good at that as well. The ball gets down into Brady Dumont's hands and gives BG a chance to get the offense on the field.
Cardinals going to run some new midfielders out here as well. It's perhaps the deepest group, according to Coach Cameron. We get a look at the second unit here. Not much of a drop-off between them and the starters. Seapole, he's going to stay on the field here. Looks to zip left side to the rim, to the cage, rather. That one shot. Again, a piece there from Reddy in net, who's looked good here out of the gate for Xaverian. Down to 2 minutes first quarter. Seapole, a kid who missed all of last year with a leg injury.
And he looks good for a guy that's wearing a brace.
Scored 4 goals in the season opener against Londonderry. No question he was back. And if not 100%, pretty darn close.
Yeah, but watching him plant, and he doesn't seem to be bothered at all. If anything, that illegal screen.
Looked like it. I think Connor Hughes guilty there, the junior.
But, yeah, he doesn't seem to be affected mentally, at least. Sometimes, ACLs, end up with a player having to wear a brace. They want that for that, mental security, too.
Right. Really in all sports.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's easy to be a little tentative coming back from an injury like that.
Very much so, yeah.
All right, Xaverian looking to tie the game here with 1:20 to go first quarter after getting a pretty good stop there a moment ago defensively. Coming near side, this is Ryan, the lone goal scorer. Being hounded by Dunsmore. Gets rid of it. They go behind net. Pass dropped by Cole Jetty. Yeah, maybe the sun, as we mentioned, starting to wreak a little havoc here both ways. And looks like a drop pass there may have been the result of the sun coming directly into the eyes of the players. Meanwhile, pretty good weave here by Dunsmore. Able to clear it himself for BG as we move down to 40 seconds in this opening period. Seapole going to pull it out. Gabord looks to his left. Bouvier, who scored a moment ago, trots on and takes the pass for BG. Down to 30 seconds. Gabord in no hurry. Bouvier going to swing it. Goal line extended far side for the dangerous Seapole. Back up top. Gabord coming downhill to his right. Met by the defender, Pessinelli. Give and go. Shot there. Ends up wide. It was Kiley who pulled the trigger. BG left with 10 seconds. Here comes Laurendo on the pick. Up top, Gabord to his right. Fires on the run. Reddy gets a piece. Ends up out of play with a fraction of a second remaining. Just enough time for a restart, and that's about it. Seapole going to be told to go back to the corner. Flings one near the net, and that'll do it. A good start for Bishop Guertin. Xaverian brothers, they scored first on a Ben Ryan score. However, Cardinals got back-to-back goals to take their lead with them, take a 2-1 lead into the second quarter. Laurendo and Bouvier, the goal scorers. All right back to Nashua in just a moment. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
400. Well, you were thinking 700.
Yeah.
Total 6 to 12.
Okay.
2-1 BG after one. There's longtime head coach Chris Cameron in the middle of that Cardinal huddle. Dressed for winter, it looks like. It's a little chilly tonight. He's got the snow hat on. He knows his guys will be ready to go. It's one of several out-of-state opponents that the Cardinals challenge themselves with really year in and year out, the exception, of course, being last season as we were coming out of the COVID-19 situation. But the defending Division I champions, at least here in New Hampshire, off to a 2-1 lead through 12 minutes of play, Roger.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a challenge for Bishop Guertin. I think they own the time of possession there, and every time you got JJ out there giving you the ball back and taking that possession, you're going to be in good shape.
Ziepel jammed up on the pass. Good defensive play by Pessinelli. Ready out of the cage. Long outlet back to Pessinelli, who's going to get the step over midfield. Good stop by Xaverian, looking to tie the game. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Opening minutes, second quarter. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Good crowd here tonight, with some folks continuing to file in here as we approach 6:30 local time. BG trying to stay undefeated. 3-0 out of the gate. Road wins over Londonderry North and Concord, all by double digits. And the first of several, as I mentioned, out-of-state opponents on the slate here.
Man.
There's a stop. Connerty ready for that one. Long shot, top of the box, no problem for the junior goaltender.
I'm trying to figure out what Xaverian is doing on offense. They were in a very, very wide 2-2-2 there, looking to just dodge and beat man on the corner. And then when they beat the man, they take a 15-yard out shot, and that just doesn't seem like that's what they want to run.
Meanwhile, here's Brady Dumont, the talented sophomore, gets a ground ball there, and will park himself in the near corner. He looked impressive a week ago against Londonderry in the season opener with 4 goals.
Nice eyes.
He got clock there. Was ready upstairs. Pardon the pun. Save over the right shoulder for the goaltender, who's looked good early here in net for Xaverian. They handle BG's ride with an impressive clear, and now slow things down on that far wing as Reyes pumps the brakes in the shadows here, the growing shadows, as we approach sundown here in southern New Hampshire. 2 minutes in, second quarter. Cardinals with 2 goals in the first quarter from Aiden Laurendo and Connor Bouvier. Ben Ryan scored the first goal of the game, the lone goal for Xaverian in the opening minutes.
All right, different set here. Going one-on-one from behind. Bring the guys high.
This is Cole Jetty. Not going to draw a slide. Instead, they'll reset far side. Coming middle, now the second defender comes.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
Gets the step. Shot. Denied upstairs. Again, Connerty. Able to flash the stick. This one is up for grabs in the corner, and BG's going to get to it. Good physical play as Dunsmore saves the day there, at least the possession for BG, able to fight off Jake Gilbert. And BG gets the clear. Dunsmore trying to put together a pretty strong first half here as he...
I may be wrong, but I don't think we have seen a Bishop Guertin close defender go over the 50-yard line on a clear yet. It has been a short stick midfielder every time, and that is impressive. I love that.
So that's what you want to see ideally if you're a coach, right?
Yeah, because it means they're so smart when they come to that stuff. They leave guys on the field when other teams are trying to transition onto their defensive midfielders and things like that, and they just get it done. And they lag that short pole or short stick back, and they're finding him every time.
Pretty good defensive play by Brendan Owens, the sophomore. Long pole. Defender forcing a turnover there. It leads to a clear for Penzanelli. And now again, Xaverian a chance to tie the game. They trail 2-1. Now 4 minutes into this second quarter. Coach Morris wants to get the right personnel on.
Oh.
And now here he comes. Downhill, shot and score. Jake Gilbert, the senior. Roger, you mentioned the speed. It was on display there as he ties the game at 2.
Yeah, I think he beat Colin Rourke up at the top, and this has been what I've been trying to figure out on their offense, is that they truly are trying to find these one-on-one matches where their dodges, he just totally legged it out past Colin, and this is the this is the end result. You got to figure out what's going on the back side of this.
Yeah, Gilbert's been impressive. Gets his first goal tonight. He's handled it a bunch. Meanwhile, Murphy off the face-off, eyeing the cage, going to fire on the run. Ends up wide. It'll stay with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. You know, if you've got a clear shot, and Murphy, we've seen him score. He knows what to do with the ball. It was a clear shot there.
He's now won 3 of 4 at X here. Bouvier thought about it, now does pull the trigger. And again, it zips wide past the helmet of the goaltender, Reddy. Quick restart. Dumont, nowhere to go. Nolan Dion, the defender, drawing that tough assignment. Meanwhile, Gabord trying to get inside. Laurendo goes overhead to retain that pass behind cage. Now Laurendo, shake and bake, goes low. Reddy sends it aside. Dumont on the ground ball for the Cardinals. They'll keep it. Bouvier now to his left. Fires. Again, high and wide. It'll stay once again with the Cardinals. Approaching the midway point. Good crowd here at Stellos. A student section for this early season out-of-state matchup. The BG students have really turned out. 3, 4, 5 rows deep down to our right. Hoping the home team can retake the lead here. Gabord looking to draw attention. Goes back up top. Kiley to his right. The midfielder behind cage. Laurendo working on the long pole. Trying to shake him left side.
Oh.
Shoots. Knocked down on the release. Again, wide of the target.
I really like Xaverian's very disciplined defense. They time their slides precisely, and the recovery to regroup and get back into that center and find a man is very quick.
On the other hand, Cardinals starting to produce shots, especially on this trip. We've seen, 3 or 4 here.
Yeah.
As we move inside now, 6 minutes until halftime. Bouncer on the move from Kiley is way off.
Yeah, because he got slid to really quick, and he didn't go to the direction that he wanted, and he couldn't get his arms extended well. Good slide again.
Yeah, it was the defender, Barry. Meanwhile, a bouncer by Seapool. Reddy left the cage but couldn't quite get there despite the full extension layout.
You know, they're getting shots, Nick, but they're not quality shots. They're either wide or just poor.
Kiley, another one.
Another good take there, but...
Well, is that maybe the approach here from Coach Cameron? Quantity over quality, maybe.
Well, yeah, it could be. I think BG is smart enough and talented enough that they're taking what the defense is giving them, and this is how you wear a team down. We've talked about that about the Cardinals in the past.
Right.
They just continue to wear you down, and this is just like football. You're out here and your defense is on the field for a 3-minute possession here.
Coming up on it, yeah.
Yeah, and something's going to break here.
Siebold.
You can run your offensive substitutions in, but you can't do it quite the same way on defense. So they'll get tired here.
Kiley looks for the cutter, but Dumont took his eye off it.
Yeah, you got to catch it.
Still on the ground, though, out in front of the crease.
Scrum, and
look at this. Is battling, and he gets the goal. Gabord using that big frame, coming heavy in the paint, so to speak. Puts BG back in front 3-2.
That was just a scrum of all scrums, and Gabord. I could just see it coming. Gabord stood up above the crowd there, and good for BG. They just really. No, look. I think he wanted to go behind the back there and saw that he had a little more room and surety on his shot. Good deal.
Had about 3 guys hanging on him too.
Oh, that's a hold. Yep.
Yeah, Murphy a little too aggressive there.
Yeah.
Good effort by his counterpart as well. That's Hunter Malway.
Sophomore.
The sophomore, right,
Yeah.
who's drawn the unenviable task of going nose-to-nose with the state's best face-off man, BG's J.J. Murphy. What's the total here?
Yeah, JJ is up 5-2.
5-2. Shot score!
There he is again.
Second goal for Jake Gilbert, the senior. A little bit of room on that far wing, and that's all he needed. Well, he's good, and he's looked good. He's got Xaverian right back where they need to be, tied here with just over 4 minutes to go until halftime.
Yeah, not sure who the defender on this one was, but let's check it out on the replay. That is Rourke again, and I think they're going to have to find an answer for a quick slide. Maybe, not sure what the answer is there. When you got speed, that kills. It's hard to really make it up unless you got a guy that can go step for step.
Meanwhile, Murphy, another face-off win for the Cardinals. We go inside of 4 minutes.
You know, the Cardinals have had big, fast defenders in the past, like Doug Barker and Cam Holt and John Sullivan last year. These guys that could just hoof it all the time and just stay with these guys that had breakaway speed.
Shot,
there it is.
Score! Caleb Young, the sophomore. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there defensively because Young was wide open. And a kid with that kind of a shot, you do not want to give space to. BG right back in front, now 4-3.
Boy, and we're getting outside blasts coming here. Yeah, mix-up, you're right. Yep, the recovery did not happen the way it should have. So that's gonna be a draw there for number 15, who gets the apple. That's Broderick.
You know, Murphy, a big hit. It's going to draw a flag from all three officials. That's got the Xaverian brothers bench clapping their hands. Murphy, some explaining to do on the Cardinal sideline. Drops to his right knee in the penalty box. First penalty either way.
Yeah.
Coming late here in the first half.
30-second technical. Looks like it was a hold.
So, first time the EMO unit is on here. The man up group trying to get a man up goal here.
Let's watch what movement on an EMO looks like here. I've already seen one cutter through. There's the movement.
The Cardinals trying to communicate defensively to shut down the middle. Pass dropped. Gilbert couldn't hang on. It rolls to the far sideline. He gets to it first.
What an asset that is when you have speed.
Beats out Alex Dumont in the foot race.
Rip.
Shot. Connerty ready. Long shot taken there by Gilbert. The junior was all over it. The outlet is taken by Gabord. Gabord still with it. Trying to back his man down here near side. Inside of 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. Cardinals looking for a 2-goal lead. Neither team is led by more than a goal. Kylie,
nice play.
Gabord ready to fire. It goes wide. Couple of shots from that high slot the last couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Timeout here on the field as Xaverian looks to talk it over. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit nhiphonerepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com. And also girls.nhtomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company. A full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick Anastas with Roger Howe. It's been back and forth. Xaverian struck first, a Ben Ryan goal early in the first quarter. Aiden Laurendale, Connor Bouvier responded for BG as we see a shot here from the Cardinals go wide. 2-1 Cardinals after one. Second quarter, Jake Gilbert, first of two, tied the game at 2. Connor Gabord had a very quick answer just a few seconds after that. Gilbert second, and then Caleb Young a moment ago put BG back in front 4-3, and that is where we are as we move inside the final 2 minutes here, second quarter. Coming up at halftime, full recap of the first half, stats and highlights, a look back at our earlier broadcast. They came down to the last couple of seconds, Londonderry and South. We'll recap that one for you. That's all coming up at halftime.
Boy, that ending just blossomed out of nowhere in that first game. It just, all of a sudden, we were in a battle.
It did. Londonderry led most of that fourth quarter. South came back. And we'll recap that one for you coming up. All right, Kylie. Forced out here. The defender trying to shadow him. That's Panzanelli. Behind cage, Dumont. Dumont, near side, on the wing, Seipel. Trying to free himself up here. He's explosive. He hasn't scored yet. Meanwhile, Bouvier stumbles, lost it, kicks it back towards his teammate Seipel.
There's an opportunity right there. Yep.
Draws a flag, took a shot to the helmet. Near side, Bouvier steps into a shot. It goes wide. But, penalty coming here for the first time against Xaverian.
And the clock is still running. Why?
Yeah, they just ticked off 4 or 5 seconds unnecessarily.
Come on, boys, let's go. So, Coach Cameron was not happy with Connor Bouvier right there. That's a double dip every day. You got double flags out there. You've got control of the game here at the end of the half, or excuse me, the quarter. No, the half, right? We're in the half.
Yep.
Yeah, they just got one quarter up there. And you want to control the ball there. That's a freebie, and it's a personal foul, so you're going to get the ball no matter what. So we got 19 with a 1 minute, so they got the slash.
Yep. Yeah, that's Antonio Ciolfi, sophomore long stick mid, down on his knee in the box. BG trying to build the first 2-goal lead of the game. Seipel wide. Stay with the Cardinals, 43 seconds in the game clock. 47 seconds remaining on the penalty.
You know, I'm starting to...
Bouvier upstairs. He atones.
Redemption.
His second goal of this first half.
Redemption. Love it.
Boy, that one may have left a smoke trail, Roger. It came out hot.
My goodness. If that's who you want to shoot on this goalie.
There you go.
He's a right-handed goalie. You want to go to his weak side. And, you said it. Redemption. He comes right back. I'm beginning to think you're right, Nick. Your comment about, quantity over quality. That was both. And they're just firing away at this goalie. I can hear Coach Cam going to call timeout here. Yep, timeout. Murphy makes the quick grab on the faceoff, and they take a quick one for last shot here.
Yeah.
But I think you got a point there. I can hear Coach Cameron in the huddle, or maybe pregame, a little bit of planning. Let's give this guy some rubber.
Yeah.
Maybe they've seen some film on him. Maybe he can. They can wear a guy down like that.
He's looked pretty good, ready.
He
the
has.
Goaltender, but you keep knocking on the door. Eventually, it's going to cave in.
Well, not only that, he is a good goaltender. It's clear that he can make saves. He's seeing the ball well. But the amount of shots that the Cardinals are taking and not even getting to ready leads me to believe that, and I don't see, other than this last shot that Bouvier took before his goal, Coach Cameron's been pretty, cross-armed and pretty happy with what he's seeing out there. So there may be an edict coming down from the head coach that, let's just fire away at this guy and see what we can do with him.
All right, let's see what happens here for the final 34 seconds of this second quarter. Chance for BG to really grab the bull by the horns just in time for the halftime break as they look to build on this 2-goal lead. Gabord given the green light. Of course, Xaverian, they're still undermanned here with that lock penalty. Cardinals whittle the clock down to 20 seconds. Kylie.
Look at the movement. Look at the difference.
Comes across the box. Dumont, his classmate, ready to fire. Or, I'm sorry, Kylie's a junior. Dumont's a sophomore. Either way, ends up wide. BG keeps it, though. 10 seconds. Bouvier. Here's the false countdown from the Xaverian bench.
Oh, I love it.
Pass knocked down, and that will do it for the first half of action. BG, the defending champions in Division I in the state of New Hampshire, sending a message to their Massachusetts counterparts at least halfway through this matchup here tonight. 5-3 Cardinals, now 24 minutes into the contest. Coming up at halftime, or in just a moment. Take a quick break, come back, look at that first half. Roger's got the stats right in front of him. A peek at the out-of-town scoreboard, a recap of the broadcast we did earlier this afternoon here at Stello Stadium between Nashua North and Londonderry, a game that came down to the wire. We got that recap coming up as well. 5-3 Cardinals at halftime. More in a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beal.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company, it's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Halftime here in Nashua. Bishop Guertin leading Xaverian brothers by a score of 5-3. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. This was a budding rivalry, kind of an annual out-of-state matchup that caught some traction prior to the COVID-19 situation, which brought, of course, things to a halt in 2020. Up here in New Hampshire, play resumed last season in 2021. However, due to some travel restrictions, Massachusetts schools not allowed to come and compete here in the Granite State. It's a new day here in 2022, thank goodness. And BG is back to playing their Massachusetts rivals, one of their Massachusetts rivals. I think it's one of 6 out-of-state opponents on the schedule this season for Coach Cameron's club. Either way, it's a big deal to resume this rivalry. And, of course, this one does count towards the standings, which may or may not impact the Cardinals in the end. But it looked like Xaverian came ready to go. Just over 4 minutes into the game, they struck first. Ben Ryan lit the lamp to give the visitors a 1-0 lead. However, BG responded. Aiden Laurendo, Connor Bouvier, in that order, gave the Cardinals a 2-1 lead after one. Then Jake Gilbert got going. Looked like the best player on the field at times. Scored to tie the game at 2 about 5 minutes into the second quarter. Connor Gabord, in traffic, able to muscle his way to the front of the cage and capitalize on a ground ball to put BG back in front 3-2. Gilbert's second came just seconds later, tying the game at 3. Then the last 2 goals of the second quarter go to the home team. Caleb Young and Connor Bouvier. Bouvier's second coming with just over 30 seconds remaining. So BG's got the largest lead either way at any point at halftime, 5-3 over Xaverian brothers.
Impressive way that second quarter ended with Bishop Guertin. They really controlled play out there. They played smart lacrosse, which is not new for them, and they did what we want to see. You want to possess the ball and you want to get good takes. Interesting that Xaverian's goals are all unassisted, and I made a comment at the very beginning of the first quarter. I was trying to figure out what they're doing out there on offense, and until we start seeing some real good pass movement type plays out there where they're either getting lookbacks and passes through with assists, I'm wondering if that isn't just their game. Is that, they're just going to play one-on-one, challenge the defense to beat them. They've obviously got guys like Ryan out there and Jake Gilbert that can stretch the field and make that happen. So we'll see how things develop because, as we all know, Coach Cameron, he always has a way of regrouping and making adjustments at halftime. And we'll see if they can't put somebody, maybe he's going to take Rourke off of him and off of Gilbert, that is, and put someone else on him that can keep up. We'll see.
Yeah. Getting a look there at the BG student section. They've turned out in droves for this early season matchup. And a man who looks suspiciously like our colleague Eric Coburn is down there in the mix. It's either him or his doppelganger in that front row. Speaking of Eric, he'll join us this Sunday for FNL Lacrosse, which makes its return after we took last weekend off for Easter. We're back at 9 Eastern live. Coach Cameron usually sits in with me. However, Coach Coburn down there, I believe, will be joining us in studio. That is a fact. Coming up this Sunday at 9 a.m. Big week, I'm sure, to recap. We've got another broadcast coming your way on Friday. This time on the girls' side as defending champion BG takes on Sauhegan in Amherst. That's a 4:30 start on Friday here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. And then, of course, Sunday mornings, FNL Lacrosse is presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Start of the second half here in Nashua. Sun is setting as we head towards the 7 o'clock hour local time.
And it is brutal.
It's coming right off the water on the lake there behind the far side seating section. Tough for us to see up here in the booth. BG going to settle down, Roger. We talked about the advantage that J.J. Murphy can give you if you're the Cardinals at the X. And, well, that's true against in-state and out-of-state competition.
Well, he lost his first face-off, but BG gets it right back because they're so tenacious on attacking the ball that they end up kind of winning that, even though J.J. lost the face-off on the first whistle there.
But he won more than he lost in that first half.
He certainly did. He was 6 out of 8, so he definitely dominates still.
Cardinals taking their time here on the first possession of this third quarter. Gabord looking for his second goal, goes upstairs, ready. Awaiting, makes the stop. Looks like he made the save up near his face.
Yeah, he's tracking
after some deliberation, he gets rid of it, and now the clear coming on the far sideline.
Let's see. He had 6 saves in the first half to Conrady's 4, but those saves were all like real deal saves. I mean, he did not get any light stuff thrown at him in that first half.
Not at all. Meanwhile, Gilbert scored 2 goals for Xaverian in that first half. You got a new defender on him. It's Nick Dahl, the long pole.
Yep.
Finds the cutter, shot, and score. Dante Mariani, the sophomore, good off-ball movement. And then upon the catch, Roger gave a little bit of a shot fake to ultimately beat Connerty in the end and bring Xaverian brothers back within 1 at now 5-4.
Well, again, Gilbert gets involved in the offense here. And he creates the assist, and that's what I was just saying. You can play one-on-one all day, but you got to get things going with the other guys, and good for him. He gets an apple.
Meanwhile, another face-off win for Xaverian brothers. 2 in a row that they've beaten Murphy. They only beat him twice in the entire first half. Trying to tie the game here with 2.5 gone by in the third quarter.
Yeah, they got the the proverbial Microsoft Surface in the locker room there. They must have been looking at video of J.J. Murphy because they've figured something out there with Malway.
See if that's sustainable.
Yeah, we all know that Murphy can adapt quite rapidly.
Meanwhile, on the other side, this is Cole Jetty. Again looking for the cutter. This time the pass is broken up. And now the other way, it's
Good
Dunsmore.
Stretch. Good stretch.
Dunsmore.
Love it.
Across. One more time. Kukalakis pulled out by Seipel.
Yeah, that's smart lacrosse, too. Even though
Seipel wants one himself. Reddy pops it up in the air. It's going to float far side, not out of bounds, and belong to the visitors.
Yeah, that's a tough break. Big rebound goes out of bounds, and you're nowhere near it.
Meanwhile, looks like the goal was knocked off its base there. They're going to fix that and now get a quick restart. No problem on the clear. Xaverian looking to tie the game here at 5. I think this is the kid they want with it.
Oh, yeah, and they're in that 2-2 we talked about in the first quarter.
Gilbert one-on-one against Nick Dahl. Comes near side. Off the switch, Kukalakis picks him up. Gilbert going to reassess.
He's going to have a short stick slide. Nice play.
Over the middle, shot wide. That's Kevin Parrish, the senior, and a good foot race behind Cage.
Yeah,
Going to keep it here with Xaverian.
BG thought they had it.
So did I.
Yeah, and Sean Murphy, the lead official, is going to call this back.
Coach Cameron demanding an explanation.
Yep.
It's going to stay, it looks like, with Xaverian.
Not sure what happened there.
4 minutes in, third quarter. Another chance to tie for the Massachusetts club.
Ball down.
Flies out of the stick of Mariani. Parrish in the mix, and Connerty juggling it. Able to reel it in the end, just in front of his own net.
Good look.
Dahl on the receiving end. Dahl past the 50. The long pole. Near sideline, Laurendo. Little shake, comes back middle. Cardinals going to settle in here. They've got a 1-goal lead, trying to reestablish the 2-goal edge. Nearly 5 minutes in, third quarter. Gabord, head on a swivel, gets rid of it. Here's Young, one of the backup middies. Scored on a pretty good looking shot late in that second quarter. Young going to get rid of it, come now near side. Connor Hughes, Kevin Broderick, part of that backup midfield unit that Coach Cameron sung his praises about a couple of weeks back. Patience here from this young group. Young going to stick with it. Young to his left, fires on the run, ready, stops it. Again, it's popped up and into the stick off the bounce of Kevin Parrish. Xaverian the other way. Parrish, though, runs into trouble. Picked off down the middle. Here's Dahl. Dahl drops it off far side. Looking to fire is Hughes. It goes wide, and then
he was closest. It's not the one closest to the end line. It's the one closest to the ball.
To the ball, right. Reddy had the positioning. Seipel may have been closer to the line there on the far side, but it's irrelevant. Good clear by Xaverian, and now as we approach the midway point, third quarter, again a chance to tie for the visitors. Ben Ryan scored the game's initial goal, trying to direct traffic with his offhand. Here comes the defender walking out to greet him. That's Alexander Dumont. Drops it off. Reyes draws two. The pass, though, is off base. Panzanelli couldn't find it, it looked like. Dahl, another ground ball for the Cardinals. Panzanelli, though, creeps up over his shoulder and strips him. Good defensive work there.
Oh, nice check.
Owens trying to get out of harm's way, escapes with it. And now the long pole goes over to the goaltender. Reddy going to run out of the cage. Look to feather one over the top near side. He's got his man, that's Barry. And now Barry pumps the brakes on the near side wing.
Man, Nick Dahl got his money's worth out of those shifts. He had three headmans up the field, Nick, on three separate clears.
And he's gotten to the ground ball 2 or 3 times in this third quarter as well. Meanwhile, shot on the run, shut down. That was Ryan who got the step, but Connerty up to the challenge as we hit 5 minutes to go, third quarter.
Look at that. Look who's getting the ball. Another midfielder down low.
Big hit. Dunsmore collapses. Collided with the defender, Cole Jetty. A vicious hit really both ways. Jetty hit the floor first, and then Dunsmore went down. Got a stoppage in play here with 4.5 to go. A concerned Coach Cameron is out on the field. The officials are talking about it.
Yeah, he wanted
Dunsmore, meanwhile, is walking his way to the sideline.
Yeah, he wanted a cross-check on that. He went down hard for sure.
Was there a flag?
There was no flag.
I didn't think so.
No, Coach Cameron was not. Here we go. Here's the replay.
Well, Dunsmore is walking his way to the locker room.
Yeah, he broke his stick, so he definitely led with it. And there's reason to call one. But he got him on the shoulder, on the side of the arm.
They're going to check out Dunsmore in the locker room. Hopefully he's okay and can return. We'll keep an eye on it.
For sure.
Meanwhile, we move toward the 4-minute mark, third quarter. Again, Xaverian looking to tie the game. Pass mishandled behind net, turned over. Parrish turned his head at the wrong split second, and it cost Xaverian. BG trying to deal with the ride. Gabor, long pass. Dahl can't track it. Goes right by the long pole and out of play. Dahl, the senior, on his way to Trinity College. Not happy with himself, perhaps. Xaverian brothers, another opportunity here. They've had the ball more often than not in this third quarter. Whereas I'd say the Cardinals had a slight possession advantage in that first half.
For sure. For sure.
Now inside of 4 minutes. Been stuck on 5-4 on the scoreboard for a while.
Yeah, we haven't seen Gilbert in a while. This is the second shift on offense. The Xaverian midfielder has not been out there. And I don't see his number on the bench. Do you? Oh, there he is. He's sitting on the bench.
Penicelli, filtered middle. Near side, again, it's Ryan. Gets the step shot.
Oh.
Where is it? It's loose now. It rolls into the goal. They're going to wave it off. Somebody was in the crease. Yep.
Yeah. The ball went behind him and just grazed the post as it was rolling on the ground.
And then Ryan entered the crease trying to hunt it down, it looked like.
Yeah.
So no goal. BG gets a quick clear. And they wind this clock down to 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Cardinals looking for their first score since halftime. They scored 2 in the final minutes of the second quarter, but have been quiet since, hoping for some insurance here, leading 5-4.
Oh.
Seapole lost it. The ball betrays him. It's picked up by the long pole, Owens.
Nice
up
look.
the far sideline, over the middle, looking for one on the doorstep, deflected by Connerty. Looked like a sure thing. The junior gets just enough of a piece to send it out of harm's way, and BG is going to get the clear here.
Great clear.
Cardinal bench fired up. Dumont.
One more.
Lorendo, back
Yes!
door, there's the finish.
Yes.
Shot and score. Carter Jazokis, the sophomore who hasn't seen much action until now, gets perhaps the biggest goal so far as BG retakes a 2-goal lead, 6-4.
One of the things I love about being up here in the booth and not on the sidelines, sometimes you can just see things develop. And I could see this coming as soon as they crossed the half-field line and they had numbers in their to their advantage, that is. And it was just tic-tac-toe. Great play.
6-4 Cardinals. Murphy looking to reestablish dominance at the X after losing the first 2 of this second half. He does so with some help from the wing. Dumont got to the ground ball, but another violation here. Another infraction gives this back to Xaverian with inside of 2 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, sometimes you get these mystery calls in lacrosse, and it just you want to just stop the game and go over and ask the ref what he's seeing.
Not much of an explanation in terms of hand signals either. It's kind of a guessing game, at least for us up here in the booth. Can be.
Yeah, when there's a penalty called, it's pretty pretty obvious if they're making the right signals what's happening. But in these dead ball or loose ball stoppages and turnovers and change of possessions and whatnot, you generally don't get that, unless you're right down on the field.
Meanwhile, Alex Dumont made a pretty good play there for BG. Sneaks his way to the corner on that wide shot to ensure the possession. That allows his teammate Dylan Young, the long pole junior, to clear it along the far sideline, and now the attack ready to settle in this final minute, third quarter. Cardinals looking for their largest lead. So far, they're going to get it. Connor Bouvier goes booyah. His third goal, the hat trick for the future Holy Cross star. 7-4 for the first time, a 3-goal lead on the board for Bishop Guertin.
Holy Cross may want him to come up now with the way Holy Cross's season's been going this year, unfortunately. And he goes to his left hand here, and what does he do again, Nick? Weak side low this time. Weak side low. So he's got the goalie's number when it comes to where placement needs to go on this guy.
Murphy, another win. Murphy thought about going to the net. Thought better of it, pulls it back out.
Yeah, they're going to play for last shot here, and that's exactly what Coach Cam wants.
Down to 30 seconds, third quarter. Cardinals by 3 for the first time, hoping to make it 4. Broderick got the step, draws the slide, goes behind the cage with a bounce pass, which is knocked down with 20 seconds. Jizoko swings it near side, Laurendow now on the wing, aboard. The trailer is Kiley. Looks at the clock, down to 10 seconds. Here he comes. The 5'4 junior fires on the run. It's wide. Out of bounds with less than 5 seconds. Gabord on the restart. Throws a skip pass that's intercepted by Xaverian's defender, Nolan Dion. And that'll do it. BG, after kind of feeling their way through that third quarter, they strike with back-to-back goals with just outside of 2 minutes to go to rebuild their lead better than ever. 7-4 as we head down the stretch. 12 minutes of regulation on the other side as the fourth quarter awaits. BG trying to send a message down south when we come back. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Bishop Guertin with a 7-4 lead over Xaverian brothers. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Bishop Guertin, the defending New Hampshire Division I champions on the boys' side, and on the girls' side too, for that matter.
Yeah, indeed.
Taking on Xaverian, a renewed rivalry, as this club comes up from Westwood, Mass. Used to be that BG came to them for a while, and then they started
with all the Mass teams.
Right, kind of rotating, and of course 2020 happened, the COVID-19 situation put the rivalry on pause. But we renew things here in 22, and we've been treated to a good one, a good crowd here. As the sun continues to set here in Nashua, the lights are on for the first time. BG led 2-1 after one, 5-2 at halftime. And now they lead 8-4 here in the fourth quarter as Tim Kiley, Sacred Heart commit, lights the lamp beats Ready low and builds up now BG's lead to 4 at 8-4.
Well, Kylie is BG's answer to the equivalent Gilbert. He is one of the faster midfielders in Division I, and you wouldn't think of it with his size, but that kid can get space real quick.
Meanwhile, violation coming on the face-off. So 8-4 BG.
So
3 in a row now for the Cardinals as well, dating back to late in the third quarter.
Yeah, Xaverian's going to have to take a page from Coach Cam's book here and just start getting some shots. They don't have a lot of airtime with the rubber here right now in this second half, and they need to get going.
There's one on the run. It's denied. Connerty. Ryan brought it all the way to the goal before the junior goaltender stoned him. Meanwhile, this one, though, is out of bounds. The outlet pass too strong on that far sideline, turned back over.
Yeah, that's deadly. Yeah, deadly.
Cardinals, again, goals from Laurendale, Bouvier in the first quarter, gave him a 2-1 lead after Ben Ryan scored the initial goal. Second quarter, Jake Gilbert scored twice for Xaverian, Gabord, and Young. A goal apiece for BG. This is a hit here at the top of the box. Out of bounds behind cage, it'll stay. However, Connor Bouvier lit the lamp in the first quarter, as I mentioned, had one in the closing seconds of the second quarter to give BG a 5-3 lead at halftime. And now here's a steal by Gabord.
Good pick.
Gabord looking for Kukalakis to his left, going to keep it himself, though, and now come to a halt and pull this one back out and allow the offense to set up with 2 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter.
Good defense there.
Yeah.
And you can tell that they were really talking it up there.
Gabord having a good game.
Gabord having a good game down low here as Xaverian was trying to.
Kylie gets loose. Ultimately Ready, though, able to get a hold of that one in net for Xaverian Brothers on the clear. Another long pass, middle of the field. BG trying to jump in front, and they do. It's Bouvier.
Wow.
Scores 3 times tonight, including one in the closing seconds of the third quarter and in the closing seconds of the second quarter. Meanwhile, the subs here, Broderick going to come on, replacing Dahl on the BG sideline as the Cardinal attack continuing to work the perimeter here. And start to work the clock as well. 3 minutes gone by already here in the fourth quarter. BG doubling up Xaverian 8-4. Broderick downhill bouncer, a couple of feet wide to the left out of play. Kylie wins the foot race for the home team. Oh, BG 3-0 in the season. Haven't really been tested yet until tonight. They blew out Londonderry on the road in the opener. Beat Nashua North in this stadium 22-0 in game number 2. And then a road win up at the Capitol over Concord of 19-5. And again, their largest lead on the board here over Xaverian Brothers 8-4.
Yeah, this is we saw this in the first game, and we've seen it before. Just game management. Derryfield did this on Saturday. You get into these quiet hours of the fourth quarter, and if you can control the ball, all you got to worry about is that ref putting his arm up.
Yep. No shot clock, as we know, in the NHIAA or in any high school league.
There it is. Now, see, that's what we should have seen in the first game, Nick.
They put it on early here at the 8-minute mark.
Yeah.
Backdoor, Kylie jammed up on the shot. Ready is on the ground and ultimately covers up for Xaverian Brothers. Reddy's done everything in his power to keep his team in the game.
That was about a 1 minute possession before the officials put the arm up to keep it in.
Yeah.
And that's what we should have seen in that first game with Nashua and
South
Londonderry.
and Londonderry.
Yeah.
The Lancers held a 3-goal lead at the beginning of that fourth quarter, but they didn't put it on until what? 2 or 3 minutes left?
Yeah, they put
when
it
it was
on,
cut down to 1?
They put it on once, and the minute they put it on, it was almost simultaneously that the Londonderry kid got out of the box. So it was the only one that was implemented, and it was irrelevant.
Well, we welcome you here to Nashua South, the home of Nashua South. I guess Southern Nashua in general. Stello Stadium here in Nashua. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you.
8.
Reminder. Say that again.
Yeah. Hold on.
Reminder, we're on the road on Friday at Souhegan on the girls' side. BG and Souhegan. That's a 4:30 start. Kristen Cameron will join me on the call.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Auditioning for your job, Roger.
Oh, hey. She's a lot prettier than me.
She's back in the fold. Did a great job during our tournament coverage a year ago on the girls' side. So we're excited to see the BG girls, who are also, of course, the Division I defending champions, take on perennial power Souhegan. That comes your way Friday at 4:30.
She did a great job last season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She knows the game.
Of course, the daughter of BG head coach Chris Cameron, and a former standout in her own right at Northwestern University. All right, 4.5 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. The clock starting to become a factor. Xaverian brothers trying to crack the safe of this BG defense, which has been very formidable. Led by Connerty in the cage. Xaverian just one goal so far in this second half.
No help.
Jammed up on the release. Mariani knocked to the ground as well. It'll stay, though, with the visitors at this end. Good job behind cage by Jetty. Jetty on the move. Fires across the body and somehow beats Connerty for the goal.
Speed again. Right from the whistle.
I'd say.
Yeah.
As Connerty not quite prepared for that one, it looked like. Good move there, and then a tough angle, didn't matter. As Cole Jetty, the junior attack, able to bury it.
Yeah, Rourke having a tough day here today, keeping up on the stutter steps and moves and the one-on-ones.
8-5. Xaverian back within shouting distance. Meanwhile, Reddy comes out of the net. Goes far side of the long pole. That's Nolan Dion, who's going to go deep. And now a rough and tumble hit from behind as Jetty did a somersault there on the turf. Gets up and is glad to see a flag had been thrown. A penalty on the way against the Cardinals.
Trip
just about halfway through this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Colin Rourke with the trip.
Yeah, tried to stick that long pole in from behind the future Hofstra commit on his right knee in the penalty box. An ill-opportune time to pick up a penalty here as the Cardinals look to protect this 3-goal lead.
Yes, indeed, and this is an opportunity for Xaverian to get within reach with tons of time on the clock.
Whistle. The official wants to restart the clock here, it looks like. As looked like the allotted penalty time, which is a minute, against Rourke, was not in sync with the game clock, it looked like.
Yeah, exactly. The
official all over that.
That's why Sean Murphy is regarded as probably, next to Tim McCaffrey and a couple others out there, one of the best referees in New England. He does pro games. He does playoff Division I games. He just covers everything.
Notices stuff like that.
He does.
Which was only, a second or so off, but
yeah, he figured it out.
The officials want to keep it official.
Now we got Gilbert back out on this extra man offense. He hasn't been out here most of the second half.
Yeah, we saw him stretching out on the sideline prior to the start of this fourth quarter. Didn't look quite 100%. He scored 2 goals in that first half to really lead the way for Xaverian. He's out here trying to give it a go at the top of the box. Going to get it here. He's going to survey.
Love this.
Gets it far side.
Yes.
They crack the safe, but the
Nice.
pass is dropped out front, and BG gets to it. They got the play where they wanted Mariani. Now an interception. Try to advance it to Mariani. Goes off his shoe. Near side, the long pole gets to it for the Cardinals. That's Dylan Young. Back to the goaltender, Connerty. Throws a long outlet pass. Cardinals get the clear, and we move inside of 6 minutes remaining.
Kill this penalty.
BG just killed the penalty and now looking to kill some more clock as we move our way toward the 5-minute mark.
Wow, that's textbook man-down defense that you just saw there from BG.
Larendeau gives himself some breathing room. Bouvier now drops it off for Dumont. It's Brady Dumont who just came on.
Time to rag a little bit here. Coach Cam will he'll wait for the signal by the officials.
Haven't given it yet. Bouvier, goal line extended. Working on a hat trick, the junior. Comes middle. Not in any real rush. Gets it back to Gabord. Inside of 5 minutes now. Gabord lowers that left shoulder. Fires a bouncer on the run that ends up wide.
That'll kind of reset the clock in the official's head. Once you start making a motion and get a shot off towards the net, that kind of takes the pressure off of the stall warning. Here's another.
Laurendale left open. Thought about it. Instead pulls it back out. Now we get a timeout from Coach Cameron.
Yeah, he
had an eye on, I think, what was going on
there. He shrugs his
there.
shoulders. He's like, "What are you doing? We're not shooting here."
Right. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast, visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Excuse me, it's been a fun one tonight. BG and Xaverian renewing their rivalry, and two of the best teams in New England putting on a show tonight, Roger. We've been fortunate to see this one.
This has been a very entertaining game, actually. We knew it was going to be a fast-paced game. We're seeing a little bit of dead ball time right now just because of clock management, but I have been impressed with mainly BG's defense. They have and Connor Bouvier. What you can say about the 3 goals he's had?
Well, we talked to Coach Cameron on the eve of the season, and perhaps his top concern laid with that defense, just given the fact that they had so many key players to replace from last year's championship squad that graduated. And
Dick Dahl's the only returning defender.
Right. So, I mean, if today is any indication on how well the unit has progressed between, a week and a half ago or so, it's a good sign for BG. Laurendale gives him a good sign here. The Merrimack commit lights the lamp. Cardinals match their largest lead from a few minutes ago, now 9-5, with inside of 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is that grind with ball possession. You wear the defense down. Laurendale gets a step on the defender there, number 35, James Murad. And they've been out there too long. And BG takes advantage. That's one that Coach Cam is okay with, I'm sure.
Yeah. Certainly likes the result. Laurendale's second goal of the contest. Murphy with a good defensive play from behind. Took it away from Pesanelli.
clean face-off win for Xaverian, and yet, again, the Cardinals do not give up on the ball, and the Fogo gets it back.
Yeah.
That's just
when you thought you had Murphy beat.
Yeah.
Think again.
God.
Future Bryant Bulldog with a great play there, and now BG in a really good position as we head towards 3 minutes on the clock. They lead 9-5.
Yeah, I'm gonna rag this and wait for the call, and we'll just Ward? Must have been a Ward. He stepped out? Yeah, it's hard to tell up here from where that N is in the yellow.
That was Kevin Broderick, who makes his way to the BG sideline. Meanwhile, Xaverian going to attack the cage and get one more. That's Ben Ryan. Got the party started way back in the first quarter with the initial goal of the game. Hadn't heard much from him since, but the senior checks back in here with his second goal of the game. Yeah. Hold on to your hats. Not quite over yet. Now 9-6, BG.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things where you can't take a breath with these two teams.
Right.
And, man, we could be heading for a second down-to-the-wire finish. Murphy comes up with a big one here, Nick.
Yep. Murphy dominant in that first half, won 6 of 8. A little more even in the second half. In fact, Murphy may have been on the wrong end of the matchup totals since halftime, but a key win, as you said, Roger, there.
It's going to be a slash here on Xaverian.
Got a penalty. Comes from the far side wing.
Screen. Technical.
So 30-second on the way.
Yep, interference. I thought he got him up high, but...
Either way, not something you want to see here.
Mm-mm.
If you're Coach Cameron, is your club hoping to close it out?
Yep. Relatively penalty-free game, though.
Yeah, the officials have let them play. There's been some physical action throughout the game. Some big hits, but this three-man experienced officiating crew has allowed the players more often than not to play with the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, this is a penalty kill. 30 seconds, you're not seeing a whole lot of... Here.
Seapole finally pulls the trigger. The bouncer knocked down. Reddy goes head first into the crowd. And his teammate pulls it in. Ultimately, the long pole defender, Dion. Now Xaverian trying to hurry. We're inside of 2 minutes here, fourth quarter. Still a 3-goal Cardinal lead. Benzanelli weaves his way past the 50. Short pass taken on the far side by Ben Ryan.
Each team has a timeout here, so Xaverian...
Down to 90 seconds. Looking for options. Settling on the near side. Parrish on the wing. Stutter step to his left. Trying to beat Kukalakis. Goes behind cage, far side. Nowhere to go, though, for Mariani.
That's a killer.
Long pass, too long, out of bounds. Turned back over to BG with 1:15 to go. That may have been the straw that broke the back in the end as the Cardinals get another key stop here. And now on the clear. Are going to drop a pass along the far side. Atoning there is the long pole. And Coach Cameron bails him out with a timeout. That's Dylan Young over there, who did all he could to keep the ball inbounds long enough for Coach Cameron to use his second timeout here with just inside of 1 minute remaining. Cardinals still looking to wrap this one up, a 9-6 lead on the board.
Yeah, even though BG retained possession on that bobble over there, the real risk there was not getting it over the line and in the box within the 20 seconds. So they were going to be up against the clock even if they did get it over the 50-yard line. And Coach Cam's got that ticker going the whole time. He knew exactly where they stood on the clear and the time. So good timeout.
Coming up after the game, full recap here. Stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard look as well. We'll touch on what happened here at Stello Stadium earlier in the day. That was a thriller between Londonderry and Nashua South that came down to the final seconds.
Came out of nowhere.
So a couple of recaps on the way. Stay tuned with us as soon as this one is over. BG hoping to improve to 4-0. Coach Cameron got his guys focused. They came in ready to go. They held leads of 2-1. After one, 5-3 at halftime. And then exploded late in the third quarter to push their lead to 7-4. And have kept Xaverian at arm's length really ever since. Their lead 3 goals at 9-6 with 59 seconds remaining. Out of the timeout, Kiley awaiting the restart whistle. Here he goes, back to his goaltender. Connerty out of the cage, looking downfield. Comes with a short pass near side. Rourke going to come middle. Pass taken by Kiley. Avoids a hit. 4 defenders in the area, but he's too quick. Takes a big hit along the near sideline. Dion laid him out and forces the turnover. Down to 40 seconds, though. Clock really a factor now. In the middle, Barry trying to beat Bouvier to the spot on the far side wing, down to 30 seconds. Back up top, this is Ryan. Ryan looking to attack on Dumont, goes behind the cage. Near side, taking the pass, this is Will Souza. Souza steered back to the middle, and then Reyes takes his eye off the pass. It floats out of bounds with 14 seconds remaining. Cardinals are going to get it back. The sideline can smell it. BG now seconds away from a 4-0 start as they beat Xaverian brothers for the first time since they met back in 2019. Bouvier led the way with a hat trick, and it's fitting that he closes it out. Final score, BG 9, Xaverian brothers 6. New Hampshire gets the better of Massachusetts, at least in this one, at least tonight, by a final of 9-6.
Yeah, boy, BG played this so smart in the second half, and their defense just shut the door. And as evident by the last probably 4 minutes of this game, Xaverian, I don't even think got a shot on goal other than the one goal that they did have. But man, impressive.
Now, coming up, we'll recap the whole thing as we get a look at Chris Cameron out on the field now to meet his team and address them one final time before sending them home with another win. 4-0 now out of the gate for the defending Division I champions here in New Hampshire. Full recap on the way. Don't go anywhere. Post-game next. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company, it's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Bishop Guertin, they handle business, led by that man, head coach Chris Cameron. 9-6, Cardinals stay undefeated, improving to 4-0 as this interstate rivalry renews in 2022. The Cardinals trailed early. First goal went to Xaverian's Ben Ryan about 5 minutes in. 1-0 visitors. Late in the first quarter, Aiden Laurendo, Connor Bouvier returned the favor and put BG out in front 2-1 after one. Jake Gilbert tied the game at 2 for Xaverian in the opening minutes of the second quarter. And then in traffic out in front, Connor Gabord scored his lone goal. He turns up in the scorer's sheet there, but really I think had one of his better overall games, all-around games for the Cardinals, involved in a number of plays on both ends. Meanwhile, Gilbert, just seconds later, able to score again for Xaverian to tie the game at 3 as we headed inside of 4 minutes before halftime. And then the final 2 minutes, how about Caleb Young and then Connor Bouvier? Bouvier's score, his second, coming with just 34 seconds to go before the halftime break. So 5-3 was our halftime score with the Cardinals out in front. Dante Mariani, a little over 2 minutes into the second half, scored to bring Xaverian within 1 at 5-4. And that's where we stood, Roger, for nearly 8 minutes. We were stuck on 5-4 until just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. The sophomore Carter Jazokis had a good score in transition, and then Bouvier's hat trick came inside the final minute of the third quarter. So 7-4 at that point. BG leading heading into quarter number 4. Tim Kiley, just seconds into the fourth quarter, gave BG their third unanswered and pushed their lead to 4 for the first time at 8-4. Then Xaverian got an answer from Cole Jetty, made it 8-5. Aiden Laurendow's second came a moment later for BG, reestablishing their lead to, 9-4? Yep. No, 9-5 at that point. Yeah, and then Ben Ryan's second was the final goal of the game for Xaverian there late in that fourth quarter. So that's where we end up. 9-6 is the final. BG 4-0. As we see Chris Cameron talking there with our old friend Tom King of the Nashua Telegraph.
He's going to be doing a lot of that this season, apparently. That was an impressive, smart win, athletic win. BG is just rolling right now. I got to say that Xaverian looked a little smaller than I expected. I thought that they would be a little bit bigger as a team, as you know, from what I remember in years past. But man, these guys that is that starting group that is on offense. They're just so smart. They know what to do. They know where to find their openings. And let's not forget about Connerty. Connerty had some very, very good saves today.
How many you end up with?
He ended up with, at the very end, he had 8 saves against the 10 for Xaverian. So both goalies, got into the act early and often.
Yeah.
But neither were tested in the fourth as because they were putting the ball in the net. I mean, they weren't making saves. It was a good showing by both teams in the fourth, having 2 goals each.
How about at the X?
J.J. Murphy again, 9 wins against 6 for Xaverian. So, and I got to tell you, a couple of those losses were violations that was just a turnover.
Right.
And that's unusual for him. I think he had at least 2, and then there was a third that was an interference on a ground ball away from him. But yeah, still a very strong showing. And again, I'm going to be we know that the BG offense can always produce. It was the defense again that really, showed me today that they got it going.
Quite an exciting day here at Stello Stadium. The initial game between Nashua South and Londonderry came down to the final seconds. Londonderry trying to protect a lead, and South almost came back. They were down 1 there at 6-5 and managed a face-off win, managed a shot in the final seconds that would have tied it, but in the end, Londonderry gets their second win by handing South their first loss.
Yeah, that was very exciting at the end, and I can't imagine where we would have gone with either team because that going into overtime, the momentum was going clearly towards South in the last couple of minutes of that fourth, and Londonderry did their part, but, man, they came right back and came strong.
Right.
Yep.
Reminder, Friday we're back at it on the girls' side in Amherst as Souhegan plays host to defending champion Bishop Guertin. Should be a good one. Gets underway 4:30 on Friday afternoon. Kristen Cameron will join me on the call. And, of course, Sunday, FNL Lacrosse returns for a 9 a.m. start live. Eric Coburn will be in studio co-hosting with us. We'll get some exclusive interviews, a full recap of the week that was, a preview of the week to come. It's must-see TV if you're a lacrosse junkie.
For sure.
Like Roger. What else you got over there written down, Roger?
So, yeah, we mentioned earlier the only other D1 contest, Bedford-Concord, got postponed to May 5th. But Derryfield, they took on Bow today, and I thought that this was going to be a little closer score. 19-5, Derryfield takes Bow out. Co-Brown is at Portsmouth. That's another highlight game for the defending champs. But that game started at 6:30, so they're just getting rolling, and someone's got cold fingers because they're not tweeting anything. So the other key game that we were watching was Winnicunnet over St. Thomas, and check this out. 6-5, Winnicunnet over St. Thomas.
We're going to see Winnicunnet on Tuesday.
Yeah.
By the way, our next boys broadcast comes your way Tuesdays. Winnicunnet takes on Timberlane in Plastow.
The match that almost could have been, depending upon the standings and the way it worked out in the playoffs for them. Winnicunnet drew the short straw, if you recall, and
had to play
Portsmouth in the first round of the bye.
Round 1, right?
Yep, and that'll be interesting. But man, what's going on at St. Thomas? New coach there.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
Yeah, Coach Hetler liked them in the preseason, so seems like they're coming around for sure.
Yeah, Coach Barry Katz will be happy about that.
All right, want to thank our sponsors: Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, the New Hampshire Tomahawks, New Hampshire iPhone Repair, of course, Dead River Company, and the Bean Group, and Roger Howe Real Estate. We appreciate the ongoing support this season. Want to thank the folks on the ground here. Of course, Lisa Gingras let us in initially, and, of course, Ryan Brown of BG let us stay and close down the building. We appreciate both them and their respective staffs. Our friends over at ETV, always providing a friendly hand here in the Gate City. We appreciate them. And, of course, our staff that makes it happen. Of course, Roger Howe to my right. Something funny over there with John Barron, who has
because we're all on camera
returned to the fold. Craig Incardoni is the man behind the camera. The man behind the curtain is Director Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. And the executive producer, the hidden hand, so to speak, is Steve Beals. As you can see, we're the last ones here, and that's the way it should be. Final score, final time. Bishop Guertin 9, Xaverian Brothers 6. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.